And even in the hardest of matchups, he's so stalwart in his performance. You know, he doesn't get shaken up against, you know, the champ. He doesn't get shaken up against matchups he may not know. At the end of the day, everybody gets command thrown the same way. Yep. And that's something Saiyne has proven time and time again during these past 2 days that he can do against players of all skill level or perceived skill level.
That is correct. All right, we are going to the next match. Tira versus Voldo. Oh, same with the Tira. He's probably thinking, you know what? I've been losing a few games. Let me switch to my Tira, see how that's going to do in this situation. I know he's been working on a Tira as well in the practice room. He's been talking about it.
Absolutely, and like it's actually pretty interesting to see him make the swap. I believe this is the first time all event that we've seen him swap off Ivy during the course of the group stages.
Yeah, I think that's correct as well. He's kind of getting beaten up at the moment. Yuttoto really controlling the situation here. He's back against the wall.
Good stuff. Great interrupt again. And Yuttoto kind of making notes from the issues that he had against Akapo, and being a lot more careful and not really committing to some of those scrambles that got him punished so hard. Look at this spacing from Saiyne and trying to really fish for some of those counter hits and potential launches.
This is one of the most slow plays. Look, almost like 10 seconds left. You can see and you can feel the tension between them. They don't want to overextend and commit to something to get heavily punished.
Definitely. I spoke to Yuttoto about this earlier, and I asked him, you know, what do you feel against when you play against some of these other American players and, you know, European players? And he said, you know, back in Japan, players will wait. They'll see what each other, you know, they'll see what each other do. They'll kind of feel each other out. But Americans and Europeans and other players, they just kind of come at you. You don't really get the chance to observe, and it really puts you on the spot, and it kind of can make things an interesting dynamic that he's not inherently used to.
Yeah, we press a lot of buttons as well, but like you said, it's a contrast of play styles. That's what I think. It's the styles that make the fight. And there we go, 1-1, both. Saiyne answering back, you know, just adding insult to injury, kicking him on the ground like trash as well.
You know, it's something we kind of saw from Saiyne as well. Each of these rounds, he's, you know, practicing his crouches earlier against Panta Creator, kicking people while they're down. It's just really about establishing kind of that confidence. And when Saiyne feels confident, you can see his playstyle actively change. He's a player who plays by emotion, hot and cold, and right now he's playing incredibly hot against, you know, Yuttoto.
Nice, he gets a satanic elbow there, punish as well. Tries to jump over.
Gets launched.
Ooh,
and
wow.
Yuttoto able to shut him down there. Very, very conscious of a lot of the tech jumping moves that, you know, Tira can throw out. Solid stuff.
Yeah, that was a gift from the gods. Yuttoto, you don't usually get much benefit of like anti-air hits as well, but he was able to capitalize and got the round. Nice backstep and whiff punish.
There it is. That's going to be a good chunk of damage. Given that they were in Gloomy, a little bit more. Let's see if Yuttoto's able to come back from this. And once again, Saiyne going right in and keeping a lot of that pressure on. A little bit of a whiff, but gets the just frame. Bad spot for Yuttoto to be in. Back up against the wall. Saiyne cancels into a low. One hit away, waits out the Super Freak. Yuttoto answering back with something of his own. Yuttoto again catching the jump in.
Nice work, drags him back, but he catches the low and kicks him in the nuts. Nice work there from Saiyne, man. His tier is looking really good.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of people only think of Saiyne for his Ivy, but he does have other characters he plays, and he plays a lot of them for fun. I mean, I'll tell you, he still has his Setsuka in his pocket as well.
Nice work. Let's get the backstroke and the donut. Bad situation for Saiyne. The wall's behind him. Eat this mix-up.
Ooh, that's not good. He doesn't have the meter to quite answer with it. It's one hit away. Yuttoto still at full health. Is Saiyne going to be able to bring this back? And unfortunately not. That was the perfect gameplay by Yuttoto in order to kind of bring things back down to earth and kind of cool Saiyne off being such a momentum-based player.
That round was almost like a 2D round. You know, straight off the bat, Yuttoto got the pressure. He really went in with the break attacks, and it's a threat of the horizontals. He didn't want to step. He really just dominated that last round. You know, Saiyne was playing it well up until that point. You know, he was moving at the right moment. We saw the very first game was so slow, very slow, and I think slowing that down, that momentum shift is what we kind of need. Sometimes we saw a lot of aggressive play throughout yesterday and today as well. You just might need to take a step back, let the time run. Like you said, the Japanese players are going to wait and see what you do as well. Saiyne had great success with that, but in that last game, it was kind of the opposite. He just got dominated, break attack against the wall, and Yuttoto really locked him down. Absolutely.
And there we go. Saiyne going back to Ivy, something you might be a little bit more comfortable with. Great spacing, and Yuttoto's going to have to be very mindful. Saiyne is going to be doing a lot of cancels, and once again, so many command throws. Let's see how he deals with it. Great block and punish.
Nice work, drags it back. Gets the scorpion kick. Roll in.
Saiyne blocks the mix up there. Yuttoto gets hit by the quick low. It's interesting how Saiyne's like really not doing as much as he usually does for these command throws and going to be allowing Yuttoto a lot of opportunities to be dominant in neutral.
Yeah, it was very back and forth there, but that Yuttoto really just opened up with that lethal hit quick. One game for him. Nice work. Good backstep and punish there from Saiyne. Blocks on the low, stop and step in.
Good use by Saiyne there, trying to fish for the AGI. And again, spacing things out. Doesn't want Yuttoto to get too close in, but Voldo does have some really unique options to go under a lot of those highs and close the gap and put Saiyne in a very unfavorable position.
Nice. I like the way Saiyne plays the range game. I know they're up close now, but he has a lot of success when he stats it back in a way and trying to let him come to him.
Definitely, and that's something Saiyne really does, is even no matter how far he goes in the match, he always backsteps. He is conscious of his spacing, but would rather be in an optimal position for a potential 6-6A, which is a long-ranging horizontal, or other of Ivy's moves that are more dominant at range. Unfortunately, it does put him at such a bad spot on maps such as this, where it could lead to an easy ring out, which Yuttoto has shown he will take advantage of.
Yeah, we saw it in the last game. Yuttoto 2 rounds up. Oh my god, what a punish with a satanic elbow from Yuttoto. Pops the soul charge, spikes him down.
Is going to have a lot of pressure here. Ooh, interesting interrupt by Saiyne. Responding with his own soul charge. Let's see what he's able to do with it. Good catch there, pushing him back. Doesn't want him in too much. Gets hit by the fish, which we've seen Yuttoto do so well tonight. One hit away. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Yuttoto, the classic run forward, jump back. Nice work. Yuttoto takes that. I mean, that's why he's the Evo champ. That was just very much control from the first game to the second game. And I can see why he switched to Tira, because Saiyne had a lot more success with that Tira matchup. When he went to the Ivy,